Now we're going to cover how to use the MB5 creatively on a group of sounds. For this example, I'm going to work on the triple-tracked vocals and that mass of guitars we heard earlier. With the volume up on the vocal tracks, you can immediately hear the inconsistencies between the takes. Now this group channel here is being fed by all three of these vocal channels, but I'm going to change that starting by panning the second and third vocal tracks hard left and hard right. And now I'm going to route the second and third takes to a second vocal bus I've labeled as Vox Sides. This will all make sense in a minute. So assuming that the first vocal channel is my best take and I have it routed to my main vocal bus, I'm going to load up the BlueCat MB5 Dynamix plugin on that bus. And let's add a few bands to the MB5. So other than the basic strategy of smoothing out the various bands by adding light amounts of compression to each band, what we need to do is choose a specific band to deal with sibilants like hard S's and T's. I'm going to zoom in on the fourth band and narrow it down so that I only get those ultra hissy frequencies. I particularly want to catch the S in the word sweet.
Sweet.
Okay, I'm pretty sure we have the S sound slightly under control, but now here's where we get freaky. I'm going to take the MB5 Dynamix and its settings and copy them over to the Vox Sides group channel. Of course, this will depend on your workstation how you go about doing this, but what's important is that we find the newly copied band on the MB5 that we've defined for sibilance control. Now we'll drop the high frequency level as well as the threshold on our homemade de-esser, well below the setting on the main vocal's MB5. So what we've essentially done is allowed one vocal track to take dominance of the intelligible speech field while continuing to let the second and third vocal provide support without adding annoying double S and T sounds staggered all over the place. The main Vox fader acts as the lead vocal and the sides act as an effect or reinforcement of the lead. Now this is just with a vocal group. Imagine what you could do with a whole range of sounds split up into feature focus and supportive roles. I particularly like doing this for vocals because it's like you get to be your own human vocal effects unit and not a synthesized doubling or tripling of the vocals. If you check out the whispering passage here, you can hear that I might have to de-ess a bit more, but ultimately there's only one consonant regardless of the triple vocal, and it sounds more like a seamless performance that way. Alright, that should do for now. Now let's use the MB5 to try and smooth out the guitar group channel by delicately limiting any parts that sporadically jump out too much. Now you have to be careful when adjusting guitar groups. Too much compression in the high frequencies can create a ton of unwanted hiss and completely destroy your noise floor. To avoid this, look at the energy over the different bands and see where there is the most activity and where the activity drops off. Adjust each band so that it only kicks in part of the time. If it's continuously attenuating the signal, then you've gone too far. When you're done getting the dynamics under control, you can rebalance the bands to make them sound more natural. And really be careful with this top band here, because it's essentially white noise, but if you remove it entirely, your guitars will sound muffled. So now you've seen some examples of practical and creative use of the BlueCatAudio MB5. Start thinking of new ways that you can use the MB5 to suit your needs. Once you start, you'll soon see that it's hard to imagine your workstation without it.